Murray Moore,
Here.
Willie Moore.
Here.
I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Y'all please silence your cell phones. Public comments, tab. Ms. Shiro,
Angelica is here.
Angelica, yes ma'am.
Yes, sir. I had wanted to request a position on the zoning board.
Will you move up closer, please? So
Hi, my name's Angelica Estiero. I had wanted to request a position on the zoning board.
Okay. Have you got with the zoning board officers?
No.
Okay. One of them's present. It's the only one I see here right now. But I don't have any problem with that. I'm not that board though. I
Yes.
can get you in contact with those people,
Okay.
or you can exchange numbers with Darren Gwynn after the meeting.
Sure.
And he would, he's part of that board, so
Yes, sir.
he can
I'll do
help you.
that. Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
We appreciate you wanting to be a part.
Yes.
Ricky Parker.
We got stuff ready for the car show.
Okay.
Bought the trophies, got all the flyers made, put out.
Okay.
But just see what y'all want us to do, what you got on your mind.
No, that sounds wonderful. And Mr. Parker is speaking in reference to the block party, I believe that is next month on the 26th, right? Well, that's good, because we haven't done trophies before, so that's gonna be a bigger hit, and maybe a lot more cars. I know it's certainly been a great show the first 3 years, and I'm looking forward to it.
Was y'all gonna pay for the trophies or no?
That'll probably come out of my personal pocket, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure, Mr. Young hadn't called me, but he generally calls me.
Yeah, well, I bought them, we paid for them yesterday.
So if you'll just call me, I'll get with you.
All right, I'll get with you then.
Okay. But I appreciate it, Mr. Parker. Anything else?
I guess that's it, I don't
We're
know.
looking forward to that lighting grant, and I hope it goes through.
Y'all apply for it again?
We did, and it's, I forget how much it was.
111,000 something.
811, I
No,
believe.
111.
Is that it? 111?
Broke it up, delivered and dispersed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What is this for?
That's a lighting grant we applied for.
He talked about it last month a little bit.
Yeah. Right, yeah. But all right, look, hope we get it.
That's all we need, we gone.
Hey, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you,
Y'all-
see
y'all-
you.
y'all-
Read, but don't be a stranger.
Y'all got any flowers?
Well, Jerry both been in, but he made it.
Okay.
He had them in.
All right. Well, if he does, give you, just tell him to have the tabs and she would just.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Parker.
Thank you.
Right. Mr. Travis Moore.
Alright. Well, I'd rather listen to that kind of stuff than this audit. What about y'all?
It does sound a lot better.
Necessary evil.
Mr. Travis Moore is our village accountant. And he is here to give us all an update on our last fiscal year's budget.
And I was scheduled to be here in January, but, I chickened out. Didn't want to go anywhere in January for obvious reasons. So I'm glad everybody's a little more comfortable this month.
So
So
there you
I've got a brief report. You've got that bound up audit report. It's a good report. Now, this is for your fiscal year that ends in June every year. So it ended 6/30/21.
go. Right.
Flip to the very last page back there, page 33. The only finding you have is what I call a small town finding, because you don't have enough, you're not gonna hire enough people to separate all the duties in order to, so we have to put this finding in here, but we even say in here, you're a small town, limited funds. So you're gonna get that finding every year.
Yes,
We
sir.
have it in most of all our small towns. It's an accounting thing where we say, in order to separate your controls like a big town should, you need 2 or 3 people in here to separate all the duties. And you're just never gonna get there right now, so don't worry about it, okay? That's all that is. Now look on page 12 real quick. The good news in this whole report is that you increased your fund balances on all your funds that last fiscal year. On page 12 is your cash flow on your water sewer. And if you come down about halfway down, you increased your cash flow $37,856 for the year on water sewer. Now, that's not a lot to jump up and down about, but it's still good. It's better than it's been.
It's plus.
It's a positive. You know you gotta manage this system. You just gotta keep managing it. And I don't have to tell you what chemicals and everything else is doing.
Right.
And where you're buying your water from, what it's doing too.
Right.
It's just everything. I hate to even tell you, my bill's gonna go up next year, so, you know. My costs have gone up all the time, but everything, insurance, everything's up right now. So you gotta manage this, don't get behind the 8 ball on it. All right, look on page 8. This is all of your other funds except your water sewer on page 8. If you look about 2/3 of the way down, you increased your fund balances $28,803. So once again, all of your funds, you increased your financial position, for the year.
About 60 grand.
That's it, so you did, good job there. Look on page 6, this shows your cash position of your general fund, let's call it. You had a pretty good year in your sales tax, last year, and that helped. You see your top 2 numbers up there, 76,000 on page 6, 76,000, 96,000, that's your cash. So what, 170, almost 180,000 in cash at the end of June. So, like I said, good report. The records, we didn't have any trouble following the records. Tabitha found everything we needed to look at, and didn't have any issues with the records. So I'd call it a good report. That loose letter that everybody should have, nothing negative in there, just read it when you want. It just says we did a government auditing standards audit and didn't have any difficulty with management or anything like that. So it's just a plain letter, nothing negative in it. So if you have trouble sleeping tonight, pull it out and read it. But I'll take any questions, and you can call me anytime. My name and number's in there. If you ever have any questions, but other
I know
than
you
that,
get tired of hearing from me, don't you?
do what?
You get tired of hearing from me?
No, I don't. I'd rather you call me than do something and ask about it later.
Appreciate your
That's our
time.
biggest
Thank
fear.
you.
Council, do y'all have anything?
I don't.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good
Mr.
meeting.
Hart.
Thank you.
You
Got quite a
too.
crowd
Thank
here.
you.
Have a good one.
I need a motion for approval of minutes from January 13th, 2022.
Make said motion. I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Murray?
I said aye.
I need a motion for the approval, to approve the monthly financial report for January 2022. Any motion?
I have a problem with that, in reference to our publications and the amount for the minutes to be publicized.
Okay.
It was over $700 for Caddo Citizens to publish in December our minutes,
Okay.
which was published in January. It is $3.75 per inch, and anything over that is $3.75. And when you've got a 7-page booklet of minutes to publicize, it costs, and we really can't afford that. I would ask that we continue to go back to where we were before and summarize it. And then publish it.
What, beg your pardon, I'm not real sure I understand what you're talking about.
The minutes not being word for word.
Otherwise, we used to have to give an outline of the minutes in the newspaper. What did we used to pay? Do you know?
I understand where she's coming from, but I was asked to do it that way. And I'm going back to the other way where you just summarize unless I'm told differently.
Well, do we need to, who asked?
I did.
Okay, and
And it is in the law that, well, I don't know if we have an ordinance or resolutions made previously, but anything that's not in the budget that's over $100 has to be okay by the council.
okay, so do we need to bring this to a vote on, is there a reason, Mr. Moore, that you wanted it word for word?
Yes, there were some things that was discussed that needed to be, individualized and not summarized in order to keep everything kosher in the future.
Okay. Do you have any problem with us going back to the?
I have no problem whatsoever. Go back and do your summaries. If I want one in, word for word, I will request it again.
Thank you, sir. Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
All right. I need a motion to approve the monthly financial report for January 2022.
I'll make said motion.
I have a second. I need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
Noted. COVID relief. Our American Rescue Plan funds have been signed and taken to the bank. We have a new checking account that has been opened. The money has been moved into the account. That amount is $55,669.35.
Say my name again.
$55,669.35. And I do believe it's a dual signature account, and that is, the money is supposed to be allocated only for water and sewer. Zoning board, we have Jessica Bungard, Debbie Johnson, Darren Gwynn, Jack Robichaud, and Angelica Sharo. Skiro, I'm gonna get it right, and Amy Womack. Baseball, we did have enough children sign up to put together one team already, and possibly two. We are still looking for a couple of T-ballers, but we do qualify for 8-9-year-old softball team, and we will be suiting up. So that's a achievement. Water department, yes ma'am.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Otherwise, the baseball was, we did have a 8-9-year-old team. We had enough girls qualify or sign up to play ball here in Mooringsport. We will be playing ball this year. We'll be associated with, I believe it's Dixie Baseball League that Blanchard's a part of. We'll be playing Blanchard and other teams around Shreveport Bossier. So that's a good thing.
Who's
Yes, ma'am.
heading on that, baseball team, the athletics club? Who is the head?
Governor
on that?
Powell.
Okay.
And, he's excited, he's ecstatic, and I as well. We do need coaches, good coaches, so if, any of y'all wish to sign up to coach Tiffany, we could use a good coach. Water department, Richard.
Okay. Now, a few things. First things first, we had a customer ask this month about a 2-inch water meter. And when we got to investigating, I talked to Tabitha. I called the supply house to find out what it would cost us for a 2-inch water meter to be installed, for us to install one. Come to find out, on the ordinance that we have in the town right now, it would only require a customer to pay $740 regardless of whatever size that meter could be. So if you ever have a commercial person, or if this guy insists, which, from what he said, he's still insisting on a 2-inch meter, we're in question. We need to redo our, the ordinance on it, because when it comes to a 2-inch meter, it's $800 for our cost. So the customer wouldn't even be covering it, period. Plus, you're having our guys install it. I would insist that we look on the different prices, because even for a regular water meter like what we install for people's houses, other companies are charging $1,000 and more, and we're not even close to that. Which for our town, we understand we keep them prices down as much as we can to help people out. But when you're asking for a 2-inch water meter in your house, we're gonna have to address that and change the prices.
Go ahead, Councilman.
What is the number, what is the average of the water meter inches? What's the diameter?
Everybody around here normally gets 5/8 water meter. That's what you
5/8,
what your normal
okay,
house is.
that's what I thought my house was, yes, okay.
And that's, we're looking at $200, maybe $25 our cost. But for, let's say somebody wants to upgrade their house to something bigger, they want more water, whatever. The costs go up from there. And as everything else is going, prices are going up. And right now, $800 is the cheapest 2-inch meter we can find, and that price may not last for long. But when he asked me that, I was kinda stuck. So if he wanted to insist, right now, he could pay $740 in according to y'all's ordinance, we stuck over paying the bill.
How old is that ordinance? Who hooked it up for you?
That's the deal.
Tabitha, how old is that ordinance?
I have to go look in there on the wall.
And does it say that we have to provide what they request? I would think no ordinance would say we would have to supply that.
Well, if you get a commercial customer coming here, that, like the school, for instance, they have a 2-inch water.
Right.
Say, somebody, you want to get more businesses in here, you're gonna get a bigger business that needs more water.
Okay,
To do that, they gonna need that 2-inch meter, or they gonna wanna move out and go somewhere else.
okay,
If you can't supply it.
I
Now,
agree.
we have to dictate our prices accordingly, cause right now you got one price,
Okay,
that's it.
and we have one meter.
Right, which covers
2013.
that one size, that's it.
Okay.
But to accommodate people for spending more money, because this one customer does spend quite a bit of money with us in water. And doesn't gripe about his bill, not one iota.
Alright,
And he's looking for a faster way to fill his trucks up.
I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know exactly what
Yeah.
I'm talking about, but the thing
Okay.
is, we have to address it in our billing
Let's,
somehow.
Well, I will look over that ordinance and get with Doug and try to have something for,
Residential and
Council.
commercial ways.
Yeah, we kinda need to change that, but we don't have there's no
Right.
difference in it right now.
right,
So we before we get behind the 8 ball, we need to get ahead of it and figure something out.
okay, I agree.
And he's willing to wait right now till y'all figure that out.
What about the boring fee? Do we ever have any bore under the roads or anything?
No,
like
because we
that?
don't have the equipment to do it, we normally have them
We
set
do
that
have,
up.
we do have a board machine. up here.
Right, but I mean, don't you have,
Well,
okay.
where this customer wants to put his water meter, we wouldn't have to do no more.
Yeah, but I was just saying the other stuff that we need to catch on, because
Yeah, usually.
we did something in, digging, about a year ago, because we were having issues with the boring stuff and the cost
Okay,
on that.
let's move on.
Yeah, we would have to change that too, but anyhow, needless to say, we've had some issues with our water
I'm
truck.
sure the council would love to see and upgrade that ordinance.
Yes,
And now, I appreciate you bringing it to our attention.
we have had some issues with our water truck here lately, it had put it in the shop, and they come back and told us that the heater core was messed up and it's gonna cost a whole lot more. Chet chose that right now, that at the cost he wanted to wait, and Shotgun came up here on his time off on the weekend and worked on it. I think he got it completely fixed, I'm not sure.
Well, he put a water pump on it, not a heater core.
But at this point, we're starting to dip into pouring money into it to keep it moving. And we need to look at getting another vehicle. And with us having the money for it right now would be the better time to even talk about it. But we need to look into getting a vehicle that we can pull a track hole with, or whatever else we gotta do, like going around reading meters and something else. Whatever y'all deem necessary, what we can do. But it's something for y'all to look into and talk about.
Just a curious question. Have you tried backwashing the heater core?
I don't know what they tried, I just know when it went to the shop, they told us it needed to be replaced.
Try backwashing the heater core. If Shotgun is up to date on maintenance, he'll know how.
I asked him, see what he said, what the girl said.
It's not difficult, you just gotta get the right lines and not use too much pressure.
Right.
So you don't have a wet inside of your truck.
Yeah. Well, this ain't the first time I've been to the shop, so we got, my thing is we need to start looking at something different. Granted, that was pretty much donated to us, we wound up paying $50 for it. Probably, however y'all wanna look into that or whatever, we can do something.
In the past, before we had that truck, we would,
Usually personal.
yeah, they would use their personal trucks, and I think we would pay about a mile. But,
Either way, nobody has a truck to move that with that.
oh, I know, I'm well aware of that. I know of that. Okay, and just so you know, I have asked the, Keller Parish, chief to, help us with that. And the thing is, I mean, it would be no different than the one we got from Old City. It's gonna be 300,000 miles, every night.
It's still better than what we got now.
Well, we're on that list, you know, I don't know, it's kinda like up to their discretion as to who they give it to. But they do go in order, so when it comes to us, if they have anything available,
Well, we don't do it, but we also could look elsewhere.
yeah, we could.
We do have
I mean, we
grant
could look into,
system right now.
getting a truck, but, what does the council think about that?
I think it's probably warranted. I mean, if our guys are gonna get to the jobs to do the work or to carry, what was the,
Track hoe.
I'll say this, I come into town, 2 days ago. Actually, it was, yesterday was that funeral, correct? And Edward was driving the tractor, pulling the trailer with it. And it was probably, from the time I got over the tracks, I was in line, and I was in line until I got to the stop sign and turned. Right here. It took me the better part of 12 minutes to get from Landmark.
Cause he was on right traffic.
Right.
Right now, with everything been through Mooringsport,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
yeah, well, and that's also, I talked to those guys, and I've asked them to stay off the main roads when they can, especially that road. Go around, and he said, well, we got limbs over here, okay. So sometimes it can't be avoided.
Yeah, and they try to do their best with it, but still, that's an issue to address.
Right. I agree, I mean, I think we need a couple of things. We need new police units, we need water units.
Well, some,
And I talked in depth to our accountant about it at our last, our one-on-one, and he said, let's give it, another month or two, see how things keep progressing before he would be willing to sign off on even bringing it to the council. He says, we're doing well, and whichever one in here just heard the financial report, we had no unexpected expenditures last year. They were very minimal. So for our village to be a plus 60 grand, that's an awesome thing. And then we just give another 55,000. That's a wonderful thing. To me, I didn't understand waiting another month or two, but he's our accountant, and I do respect his position. But, what do y'all think?
I think we ought to run the traps all the way to the end on the truck that we have. I don't know where you took it for maintenance.
shop did.
Curves on murder.
try some other place, get an evaluation on, I mean, you know, it's a little bit difficult to say, let's trade a vehicle in because the heater doesn't work.
Right,
Uh,
that's not the only reason, it's one.
well, I mean, that's the only reason you presented here tonight. We need to know what it will take to fix the vehicle and, you know, fix it in a manner that it's gonna be serviceable, before we jump off on buying another vehicle.
Okay.
And when you get that run, then we'll address the other.
Mr. Wilmore?
I feel like we need to be looking into exchanging it because we're trying to find something better. But we do need to try and get that one fixed if we can, but as it's been brought to me, I think it was quite expensive to get it fixed this time and they didn't get through. And in order to actually get the truck back where it really needs to be, it's gonna be probably about twice as much as we've already put into it. So we're throwing good money after bad. We need to look at both sides and make a decision that we don't have to do tonight.
Okay.
That's a better option. On another note, we started treating our sewer plant with the new chemical to get rid of some of the sludge in our plant, so we can have a cleaner, sample coming out. Because, over the past, over this winter, we've had some kind of bad samples coming because of the cold weather. It has pretty much stopped the bugs that we do have from eating and kind of killed us for a little bit. But we worked on it, got it back going, and right now we're managing it. It seems to be doing pretty good, and from what I see from this chemical it's doing, don't make a difference. But we did have to go at an outside source to start something new to see what we can do, because if not, what we're doing is filling the pond up, and eventually, like some of these other places have to do, they have to dredge the pond. But hopefully the bugs in there will eat what we have. We won't have to worry about that, and that's what this new chemical is supposed to do, is supposed to actually help get rid of most of that.
Do you have a lot of, grease in your sludge?
As of right now, no, because we started treating that about a year ago. So we're doing pretty good on grease. We hadn't had no blockages with grease here lately, so manholes look good. We seem to be doing all right.
Okay.
When do you do your next test, water test?
On the sewer, that's every morning, that's every
Every
day.
day.
Every day? Oh,
Yeah, so right now, the outlook looks great.
okay.
So they need to, if this is, that was basically informative, to let y'all know we started something new.
As long as it's working, keep at it.
Yeah, seems to be. And one other thing, we got told this past week from the chemical company that next year our prices are gonna go up astronomically. So I don't know how Mayor Calamus is gonna take it, but somehow I think it's gonna wind up coming off on everybody else, the price gonna wind up going up again. And he ain't gonna have no way to sell it, there ain't nothing he can do.
Look, our contract reads CPI. So whenever the CPI goes up,
I'm just letting everybody know, warning ahead of time, that might be coming again, and he can't stop it, ain't nothing he can do. They told us what
I
we're
had a
spending
meeting,
right now.
I had a meeting with him yesterday.
It's not gonna look good for the future if they don't do, somebody don't come fix something, for this. I ain't gonna say it, but we don't get somebody in there that's gonna fix this, everything gonna keep climbing, and we don't be able to afford to live. So we'll have to come up with something.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Chief?
I have one thing, y'all have an estimate in y'all's packets for a upgrade on the camera system here at Town Hall. We ran into a problem at the ballpark about a month ago. Couldn't get into the camera system, we didn't have keys, we had to run down keys, then we didn't have a password and everything else, and we were told that it was all our responsibility, these cameras are. Me and James came and looked at this camera system here, it's obsolete, it no longer works. There's one back there that doesn't work, the line's been run over with a tractor. There's an estimate there, this is something that needs to be done, we wanna move it into the police department, that way we'll have complete control over it.
Okay. How do you feel about that, Ms. Clark?
It's a whole new completely system, right?
Some of our cameras are still good, we might be able to still use them, but that back there does not work. It is not working at all. It's not working at all. And, we need that for this town hall, we really do. I mean, we've got stuff back here in the PD, we don't need out on the street.
Did we figure out everything at the ballpark?
Yes.
We did?
Yes.
Is
Yeah,
everything
we had to
good
call,
over
we
there?
had to call Bill Rehak to come and help us
Yeah,
with it.
everything's up and working.
But now
It
you
had- it
have
hadn't
your own
recorded.
password?
Yeah, it hadn't recorded since October 2019.
Wow.
But I know there was somebody in town that was told that it recorded 24/7. Well, it hasn't been on
Yeah.
Okay,
for 2 years.
but now we do have that surveillance up and running?
Correct.
Yes,
Okay, good.
and he installed that at the ballpark. He'll be,
Right,
Oh, okay, that's separate system than this one.
yes.
right.
Can I say something?
Yes?
I think the issue with the ballpark, when we have something that affects power, one of us needs to go out there and check that system.
Okay.
I think there was a power flux, nobody turned it on as far as I could tell.
Mhm.
I think it was a power flux or something. And so since some of us don't live in town, when there's a power flux, just let us know. And we can
Okay.
swing by there on patrol and just make sure it's still up. Because
We
we did
can
have an
get-
issue out there that could have solved, we think.
Okay,
But
right.
it wasn't working,
Right.
so.
And we can get backup batteries
Okay,
in case the power
and
surges.
you are now aware
That's
that,
probably not in that estimate, but I will, get that.
okay.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Murray Moore, do you have any questions?
No, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, Mr. William Moore,
Looks good.
I think so as well. Order it, your will now.
Thank you.
Vote on that, or y'all good with that?
I don't think we need to vote on it, but we'll have to amend our budget to bring it up to that, but, we'll have to vote on that, but with all council on board, Cynthia, you are on board with that, right?
Yeah, we need that.
I don't think that there's a problem. I mean, I think it's very much needed. All right, Mr., well,
Old business.
old business. Comments? Old business. We have applied the grants. I have moved to old business. I've been reading about these for some of them 14 months. We applied for Seawolf grants in the amount of $25,000 on upgrades to sewer lines, water lines, excuse me, on Eldon Street. Just haven't been awarded. We've applied for LGAP grant for 2021 for $25,000 for upgrades to sewer lines on Cavalice Road. Not awarded, just applied. Capital outlay grant in the amount of $126,667, the renovation of Town Hall. We are, looks like having a bid opening February 24th per Chris. Okay, good, great. 11 a.m. if you wish to attend, it's open to the public and all bidders. Capital outlay grant, an amount of $752,167, the resurfacing walking track and walking and sidewalks around Town Hall, new parking lots for the festivals and stuff. We haven't had any new updates on this. The library grant fund for capital improvement for part-time branches of $100,000. We are waiting on our bids to be resubmitted. But, that one, it looks like our renovation, those two have been awarded. And it's just the bidding process.
What's been awarded?
The library grant has been awarded. The renovation grant to Town Hall has been awarded. We're only waiting on the bidding process to come in. The renovation of Town Hall, opening bid opening is February 24th, 2022 at 11 a.m. And that is very much needed. And the library grant was awarded by Shreve Memorial Library, in which we was one of 3 recipients of a $100,000 upgrade. And that has been awarded, and the bids will be resubmitted and reopened. New business, Mr. Moore, Mr. William Moore.
Yeah, I would like to make a motion to adopt the resolution number 10, which is going to set our dates and time and place for our town council meeting for the year of 2022.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good. All right, comments from the Board of Aldermen? Cynthia Clark?
The publication for, resubmitting of the bids for the library renovation, community center renovation has been done, and what is the date of that,
March 7th.
March 7th? Okay. And we will open the bids again, and that's at, 3 o'clock still.
Okay. Good deal.
Yes.
This March 7th is the last time, but at 2 o'clock is the last bid we're taking.
Yeah,
We have 2 bid opening dates established again. Good.
What is that bid opening date?
March 7th, 3 p.m.
Both of them will be here at City Hall.
Yes, sir.
that's all I have, thank you.
Mr. Murray Moore.
Back on December the 6th, the meeting in December, I turned in 3 complaints on property standards.
Yes, sir.
What is the status of those?
I haven't, got an update for you at this moment. I did go by and speak to 2 of the persons, and the third, I did not, haven't caught at home, which is right over here by Mr. Moore. Don't know that I'll ever catch him at home, but the status on the other 2 is, have we sent them letters yet?
Well, we did on the one, we didn't on the other one because, what was it? Because is that an actual yard or was that for the parish?
I think it was a parish property or something.
Yeah, parish property.
That was the problem with that, we couldn't decide where it actually.
Was the letter in accordance with the ordinance?
Yes.
There was no address, that's what it was.
No address on the complaint. Okay, but I did go back. And the other 2, one of which I've went over the tenant's head and spoken to the owner of the property. And she's not gonna move the junk, but she says she'll back the village up. I said, why not just evict the guy? He's in your property. And he's gotta live on that junk. She said, I'll back the village up, anything you wanna do. So, I can go by and knock on doors or
That
get
one
chief
did
to.
receive the letter, cause I got the green card back signed.
Okay,
Well, did the letter state the procedure, you know?
I sent everything I told you to.
Okay.
and the other one, we didn't send a letter to, but the deal is they are using parts off of the mobile home that's on a lot that they own to refurbish the one that they own. I have seen some progress. I haven't spoken to the gentleman, the head of household. I've spoken to the madam of household, and she says he is working on it. He works out of town. If you work with us, I can guarantee you we will get this house together and that thing will be gone.
Can't ask for much more than that.
Can't ask for much more than that, but
I
yes,
drove
they
by
have
that,
been addressed.
I drove by there today and they are still working
I
on
don't
it. He was
know.
outside.
I put a call into Gary, to see if they can do anything about the fence row. The, best thing we can do is spray. We can, according to the law, we can spray our side, the village's side of the fence with weed killer. We can't go on the property, but with no tenant there, I mean, I think that would help a lot. If
Yeah,
we
I
just-
understand she's out of jail now
Is she?
and back in the area. Now, I don't know that. That's just what I understand.
She was in Texas.
She's in Texas. She's in
But,
Texas.
I just seen our bid for this year, we hire a local contractor to do all our weed spraying and stuff, and I asked him to include that. And he didn't give it to me yet. But I do plan on spraying that fence row on both sides of our public streets. Mr. Wilmore?
I don't think I have anything tonight, just, thank everybody for coming, had a good turnout.
I do appreciate it. I need a motion to adjourn.
I make said motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You all adjourn.